Hi guys, this is John Adamson, the Rehab Documentation Guru, and I am sitting in my car. I'm waiting for my son, who I'm going to be picking up shortly from a little get-together with some friends. Anyway, what I wanted to talk about tonight is what is going on in the denial and appeals management world, and that is, I'm going to relate this to PT, OT, and speech, mainly in a Part A setting. In a Part A setting, or at least what I am familiar with in terms of the SNF setting. I'm not sure if this is quite happening in the acute rehab centers, so maybe somebody can comment on that. But what we're seeing is, for Part A, what happens is a patient comes in, you evaluate them. Now, any time you spend in the evaluation is not considered billable. So all of those minutes of time that you spend on eval is not billable, and that's why in the past, and this is going away and it should, agencies have pressured their therapists to minimize their evaluation time so that they can get right to treatment, and that way they have billable time that'll go on the what's called minimal data set, or MDS, to capture that time towards what we call RUGs, or resource utilization groups. And what we just have started to see in the denial management world is that we're actually getting denials where therapists are billing 15 minutes for an eval, and then they're billing treatment minutes on that same day. And we've actually started to see denials that have said this number of minutes was insufficient for this eval, and that billable time for treatment should likely have fallen under eval time. And that's what we're getting as denial reasons. And now, number one, a reviewer from a 1,000-foot view cannot tell you ultimately what is eval time and what is not. They can't say that. And it has nothing to do with regs. There's nothing in the regs that says an eval must be such and such length. So they're really pulling, finding anything they can to try to deny the billing that you're doing. So that is a big concern. They're going outside of regulations, and they really shouldn't. They're also making a determination that they really can't say for sure. They can't say honestly. But with that said, they have a very strong point that they're making, and that is this. If we are truly evaluating the patients according to what we're putting on paper, likely our evals are not just taking 15 minutes. Or 20 minutes, or whatever we're putting down. It looks really short compared to the history and physical, the development of goals, the getting informed consent from the patient, where we're explaining the care plan to them and we're asking them if that's okay, and setting up that whole care plan, that treatment. That's going to take a little bit of time, and so Medicare's on to that. Reviewers are looking for patterns of billing where there seems to be excessively short evaluation time, and we are now seeing denials in that area. So if you work in a long-term care SNF setting, Part A, and especially managed Part A, be aware that that is a current trend in denials, and that's something you might want to bring to your boss, your management. If they're pressuring you to just bill for eval minutes, very short window of eval minutes, it might not be appropriate, and it might ding you in the future with denials. And one of the things that some types of reviews look at is they do look at patterns of behavior, billing behavior, and if they see enough of a pattern, then it can cause investigation. And if it causes investigation, you can end up with potentially big problems down the road. So do what is right. If you're doing evaluation, true evaluation, where you're taking clinical measures, where you're taking down history and physical, where you're formulating goals with the patient, things like that, that's evaluation. That is totally eval. And likely, in some situations, you're not capturing enough of that evaluation time. Anyway, this has been John Adamson, the Rehab Documentation Guru. I hope you like and subscribe to my channel. And for those of you that do know what I posted about our adoption, I leave in 13 days for the Ukraine. And my hope is, while I'm over there, to still keep going with content. But if I slow down a bit, you'll understand as well. But I'm still going to be doing my full-time job over there. Thankfully, I can work from my computer and keep going with that. Anyway, God bless. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.